Financial Survival Network, helping you survive and thrive in the new economy. Go to CarrieLutz.com and sign up for 30 free micro trainings on financial survival.
The show is brought to you by Miles Franklin. When it comes to protecting your wealth, you know there's nothing better than gold and silver. And when I want gold and silver, I go to Miles Franklin because they've been around 22 years, and when you buy, they ship. For more information, go to milesfranklin.com or call them at 800-822-8080 and get a free quote. 1490 WGCH, this is Carrie Lutz, and you're listening to the Financial Survival Network. Time for another Triple Lutz Report. And this one I'm calling simply Thanks a Million. 2 weeks ago, we hit 1 million downloads. That means of the hundreds of episodes that I've done of the show, it's been downloaded over 1 million times. And the amazing thing is that the interest in the show, the number of downloads and views on YouTube continue to increase 20 to 30% a month. So I hope that I'm doing something right. I hope that I am providing you with interesting material, a lot of it that you won't find elsewhere, useful, that will help you to make proper decisions, to make the decisions that you need to protect your wealth and your family and everything that you've worked so hard for in life. We're in really uncertain times. No question about it. We see financial institutions, companies, countries blowing up before our very eyes. And regardless what the propaganda is coming out of Washington and Wall Street, nothing has changed. The crisis continues. Nobody has any solutions. I just finished listening to a book by Jim Rickards called Currency Wars. Jim was a guest on the show several weeks ago. What Rickards is saying is that nothing's changed. The system has not been reformed. That the too big to fail banks have gotten even bigger, and they're even more too big to fail than they were just a couple of years ago. Can you picture the government, the Treasury, the Fed allowing Bank of America to fail, or Citibank, or any of the others? It just cannot happen. The more they prop them up, the weaker these institutions become. So I hope and I pray, and I'm praying in the generic sense of the word, although I do believe in God, but I don't push my views of God onto anyone else. They're personal. So when I say pray, if you're an atheist out there, and I've gotten complaints, that's why I'm bringing it up, just substitute hope. I hope that the government comes to its senses, breaks up these too big to fail entities, clears out the bad assets, and makes them go back to the basics, which is a place to put your money so that you don't have to put it in your mattress, a place to borrow money for a business. Let the banks get out of consumer finance. The only things you should ever be financing is an automobile, assuming that your last automobile has outlived its usefulness, a home, and perhaps some other long-lived assets that will help you generate wealth. Otherwise, don't finance your flat screen. Don't finance your living room. Don't finance your appliances. And the only exception I would make to this is that if you've got the cash anyway, and the bank's offering you interest-free financing, take it. But really, so-called interest-free financing should not exist. It should not be here. It is an enticement. It is like giving kids free heroin in the schoolyard, hoping that they'll get hooked and that they won't be able to get off their habit so that you'll be able to increase your future profits off of your addicts. Don't use debt. wherever possible. But getting back to the success of this show, it's so important to me that you participate, that you send me emails, that you call me on the hotline, that you let me know what's going on in your life, what questions you have. If you think there's something I can do to improve this show to make it more useful for you, I want to do it. Many times I go onto YouTube and I look at the comments. A lot of them are not really tactfully or diplomatically written, but there's valid criticism there. I realize certain habits that I have, certain things that I do that could be a little bit annoying and aren't professional. So I am always looking to improve my game, to increase my level of professionalism, because I want you to receive the best quality show with the most relevant and important information that is in my power to deliver to you. This show is all about you. I am merely the delivery boy. It's really that simple. I want you to get the most out of this. And if there's something that you want me to cover, if there's an important story that I've missed or haven't covered, just call me. Call me up. We now have an 800 number. We take calls on it all the time. It's 800-999-2274. 800-999-2274. Also 800-999-CASH for those who can't remember the numbers. Also emails, kl@kerrylutz.com, kl@kerrylutz.com, and go to kerrylutz.com. Sign up for the Financial Survival Toolkit. You'll get the weekly email newsletter. It's got a list of every show that we've done for the week. You can click on them and listen to them if you've missed them or there's something you want to play back. We've also got some insights. We've got charts in there. We've got stories in there. A lot of good things. It's free. Everything I do is free. I want you to keep listening. I want you to hear what I'm saying because we're about to cross the threshold. The financial crisis, as I said, is continuing, but it's more than that. It's picking up steam. Now, I don't know what the total Wall Street exposure is to the Greek sovereign debt default, and I don't really believe that they're going to allow these CDSs, these credit default swaps, to be triggered. So they're going to do whatever they can to stop from having to pay out on these so-called insurance contracts. It's really lottery tickets. That's what it comes down to. If you don't own the underlying security, you're buying a lottery ticket, and the odds are that you're going to collect if they don't change the rules of the game. But in all likelihood, they're going to. But we got Portugal coming down the road, Spain, Italy, Ireland, and a number of other countries that appear to be completely healthy now. You're going to see their economies collapse. Hungary has collapsed. So many countries you don't even know about out there have collapsed their currencies, their debt. So it's very important that you be extremely wary and awake and aware of what's going on here, because when the final collapse comes, it's going to happen in a very short period of time. I'm not saying that there's going to be anarchy after the collapse, but what I am saying, and what you need to be aware of, is that paper wealth, as you know it now, is going to be completely redefined. Will they try to come up with some type of world currency? They might, but people will be so suspicious and so distrustful of any government activity, especially those dealing with the economy and money. I don't believe that the public is going to buy into these currencies unless there is a transparent and irrefutable and unchallengeable connection to precious metals, meaning gold, and to a lesser extent, perhaps even silver. Anything short of that, it's not going to work. It will work for a little while, but it won't be adopted by the public, and it will fail. There is no other way. It can't work any other way because people are losing confidence. An economy, a monetary system, exists on the belief that the participants will be paid, that the unit of measurement, the unit of value, will maintain its value and will be a store of value. And once it loses that capacity of a store of value, it is game over. There is no confidence. There is no trust. The majority of people want to believe that the green shoots are pushing up out of the ground because it's spring, because we're in a recovery. There is no recovery. So don't even think about that. So again, I want to say thanks a million. Keep listening. We'll keep putting what we believe to be the truth out there for you. And take what you want, leave the rest. But remember, go to kerrylutz.com, sign up for the toolkit, sign up for the newsletter, keep sending me emails, call me, leave messages, 800-999-CASH. It's been another Triple Lutz Report. Kerry Lutz signing off.